bowl practices?
I think we're a little rusty. I thought it was good to get back out on the field. We're excited about that, but I do think we're a little rusty, and we need to take advantage of all the practices that we can and that we have.
What was the reaction to seeing the bowl game matchup? Obviously, you got a lot of history with Texas Tech, so what was the initial reaction? And
Well, just quality team. I mean, in a bowl game, you're going to play a quality team, so another quality team. I mean, a great school. I got great memories there. They still owe me for 2009, the last time they won 9 games, so maybe they'll deliver the check. So we'll see what happens there.
Is there any extra motivation for you going against that team, considering
I mean, you got to be motivated for everything you do. I mean, there's no real extra reserve for motivation. You try to improve and be the best you can every day.
Coach, how will you manage the bowl practices? I know you want to get some younger guys some reps, so how do you kind of break that up?
Today, the older guys went first, to keep them sharp, so they're lifting more, and then they're out here, we'll practice them first initially, kind of short and fast, keep them sharp, and then really work the young guys. We work the young guys a lot today.
Has that always been kind of your what you like to do during bowl practices? You've done bowl prep more than maybe anybody, so just what kind of your goals during bowl prep?
If you can, it depends when the bowl is, and we have some time this bowl, so it's beneficial. Try to work the young guys as much as you can, keep the older guys sharp, and then as you get towards the game plan, and then of course you're featuring the guys who are going to go out and win the game.
how much can winning this game set you up going into 2022?
I think it always brings quite a bit of momentum to the off season. Like all games, I think it's really important, and I do think it helps energize the off season.
You had some time for recruiting too, so you're coming off that. How do you feel about this period of time and what y'all been able to get done?
Well, it's busier than ever. We've been productive, and we've really had some great recruit weekends, and have had the chance to talk to some really good recruits. It's busier than it ever has been before. As soon as the season's over, it's full tilt recruiting, but even more urgency because of the early signing day, and then we finish finals, and then get those in. We've got too many distractions, so that they do the best they can there, and then get into bowl preparation.
How do you feel about where the new class kind of stands right now, with honestly what it is still?
Well, I think good. I think good. I mean, we've definitely got to improve it both next semester too in January, but I think we're off to a good start.
Sonny coming pretty well, obviously. Have you had any conversations about him? We're kind of excited to see him on this side.
Well, he did a good job for us there at Tech. Came in as a walk-on, and so yeah, did a good job. And he's gone on to have a good career.
do you think your history with Texas Tech kind of makes it for more of an intriguing matchup for the fans and the casual college football viewer? The fact that you guys are squaring off in the Liberty Bowl.
Yeah, I think it does for the fan. I think it'll probably bring some fans. I think both schools will travel pretty well.
Are you planning on meeting up with anyone from Lubbock that you haven't seen in a while? Because I know you still have a lot of good friends out there in Memphis.
Well, there's not a lot of time. We're only really there 3 days, but we'll, I'm looking forward to seeing whoever I see in passing.
If you guys were able to come out with a win over Texas Tech in this bowl game, would it kind of feel satisfying, considering you said that they still owe you money and all that stuff? Would that kind of be good closure and satisfying for you personally?
Well, no matter who we play, there's a high level of urgency to try to win the game. So there's no real room for extra degree of stuff.
Any key players opting out of the bowl game at this point?
Not that I'm aware of.
Dave Nickel left for SC. Obviously, you got a hire to make there. How will you kind of manage coaching the inside receiver position during bowl prep? When you anticipate that?
Well, we got a bunch of guys on the staff, so it's pretty easy. They just blend in with the other receivers as we call the plays. But Drew Hollingshead's kind of taking up the slack there. Of course, he has to a point, foot in. So.
How excited are you about kind of this group and how they've just developed over the years, 7 and 5 seasons, some big wins over top 25 teams. How excited are you about where the program currently sits?
Well, we got to still get consistent. We got to, become a more mature, polished team. But I think, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're heading the right direction. We're certainly not there yet.
Is that part of kind of the recruiting pitch to some of these guys when you make these pushes? Like, hey, look how far we've came in 1 year. Like, we're building something here. Jump aboard. Is that kind of part of the pitch at all?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Because we're on the upswing. We're on the upswing. We're getting better, and we've improved this year. But got plenty of space to go, and and everybody can. We've got plenty of places where people can start, people can play, and we just need a few more pieces, but we're definitely, although a work in progress, improving.
What do you view 2022? How do you want 2022 to look in terms of, is the consistency the biggest thing you want to improve on, or what needs to change for this 2022?
I think we got to keep doing what we're doing, just do it better.
Martin Emerson declared yesterday for the NFL draft. A lot of draft boards have Charles Cross coming out early too. What is your input and maybe advice to guys like that are considering making a jump for football?
Stay. Well, the NFL generally gives them that same advice. If you're the NFL, you don't care if anybody comes out early. Why would you care? Because, if you're good enough to play in that league, they're going to get you anyway. And then the more reps you have, the more games you play, the more polished you are, the better shot you have of making the team, and the better chance the NFL has of realizing their investment that they put into these guys. A specific team who may want some position or things in a sequence for them, they want a player here or there to come out because they're in a position to get them. But the league as a whole, if you're good enough to play in that league, they're going to get you anyway. And the better you are as a player, the more skills you've developed, the better your chance of making the team.
How can you give advice to follow as players, just with people who are like, hey, we're going to paycheck?
Yeah, there's too many voices in their head, and they listen to too many people, and then there's too many people that don't know what they're doing talking to them.
You said you don't expect many opt-outs, or you said you don't know who to expect who might opt out for the bowl game, but if you had to guess, would you say that Charles will play in the game? Because a lot of guys that are projected top 7 or 6 sometimes end up opting out of that game.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he'll do, but you finish what you start. You've got an obligation to the place that helped build and develop you, and finish it out in the bowl. I mean, that's part of it. You owe it to the team, you owe it to the fans, you owe it to the coaches, and it's the most bizarre thing in the world to me. Somebody says, well, I can't play. I can't play one more. They think they're going to have a storied 10-year NFL career, and then they can't play one more college game. Well, that's ridiculous. I mean, guys will go to the NFL and they make the Pro Bowl, then they'll play in the Pro Bowl. I mean, it's one of the biggest absurdities that I've seen, and it's selfish too.
So, first team, all SEC, several places, won the whole trophy. Is it really kind of amazing what the strides he's had in just a short time?
Yeah, I think he's had a good career. I mean, he came here and was a guy able to really do some good things at a young age, so he got a quick start on it too.
Did he practice today?
No.
Is he practicing today?
I don't remember. I don't know. It's kind of a blur actually because we're in the middle of a recruit weekend too.
Speaking of the recruiting weekend, I know there's some restrictions now about how often recruits can come to practice. I mean, how important is it to have them out here and see what you guys do firsthand?
I think it's really important, and it's kind of with the early signing day, you get to where you're slamming away recruiting, but it used to be you could get up to a few more, but no, anytime they can see you practice, I think it's always good. It's always beneficial. I think people sell programs, and I think that the more they get exposed to people and how you do things, the better it is.
The NCAA has had discussions about eliminating the early signing period. What do you think about that?
Mixed, I think the early signing period makes it awfully tough in December, and it makes it easier in January. So I think there's kind of benefits both directions.
You paying any attention to the Heisman ceremony on Saturday night? If you had a vote, who would you vote for?
I'm not paying any attention. It's a very political, media-driven deal, and so let the politicians and the media decide whoever they want to.